GST solution. My name is Rusik Desai. In our today's discussion, we are going to discuss on questions whether GST is applicable on the liquidated damages or not. So friends, before understanding whether GST is applicable on liquidated damages or not, let us first quickly and briefly understand what does liquidated damages mean. So normally in all the commercial contract, there is an explicit clause for deductions of liquidated damages so that both the parties honor their respective obligations in a time frame, that is a given time frame. For example, if I give a contract to my contractor for performance of certain specific transactions or to procure certain material, and if my contractor refrain from doing that, or maybe he delays in providing me such material, then I will be eligible to deduct certain part of amount from the invoices of my contractor in the form of liquidated damages. So the question here arises whether such deduction, that is deduction in form of liquidated damages, is eligible or is applicable, or GST is applicable on that portion or not. So before understanding that whether GST is applicable in this particular scenario or not, we need to first understand the definition of supply. Now what does the definition of supply says? Because in order to apply GST applicable, there has to be one and only one thing which needs to be possible, is there should be a supply. So if at all it is a supply, then only there is a question which comes into play whether it is liable to GST or not. So in definition of supply, that is as per section 7 subsection 1, what does supply mean? So supply means all form of supply such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, license, rentals, and etc. It also covers import of services. It also covers all the transactions which are specified in schedule 1 as well as all the transactions which are specified in schedule 2. So far liquidated damages is concerned, we will only restrict our discussion to schedule number 2, wherein at entry number 5 and in clause number E, it has been specifically stated that the agreeing to obligation to refrain from an act or to tolerate an act or to a situation or to do an act will amount to a supply of services. Means अगर कोई बंदा मेरे कहने से वो काम नहीं करता है, या मैं कुछ कर रहा हूं वो बंदा मेरी वो हरकत को टॉलरेट कर रहा है, तो उसके ऊपर सरकार बोल रही है कि आपको जीएसटी भरना पड़ेगा. सो डिपार्टमेंट इज ऑफ द व्यू दैट दिस अमाउंट्स टू सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विसेज, दिस अमाउंट टू सप्लाई, एंड हेंस जीएसटी शुड बी एप्लीकेबल इन सच अ सिनेरियो. Considering this, department have already started giving the notices to various peoples and started collecting the revenues also. One important thing which the government had done is in notification number 12, that is an exemption notification in 2017, what these people do is at entry number 62 in such notification, they have specifically mentioned that if any liquidated damages is paid to the central government or the state government or the union territory or any other government entity, then such GST is exempted from payment of tax. इसका मतलब ये हुआ, in other words if we see, it means that if at all we need to pay to the central government department or any government entity, GST is not applicable. However, otherwise it would be taxable. इसका मतलब ये हुआ. But in essence of this, what happened is that the advance authority ruling also had endorsed such interpretations of the department, and they have also given number of rulings in which they have given their order against the parties. But whether GST is applicable on such liquidated damages or not is still a dilemma. So industries are still facing a dilemma, they are still tolerating a dilemma that whether GST is applicable or not. So far our today's discussion is concerned, we will divide this question into two parts, that is a liquid payment of GST on liquidated damages before the amendment of the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, and payment of GST, that is levy of GST on liquidated damages after the CGST Amendment Act, that is 31st of 2018 in August 2018. Friends, in the definition of supply, what happened is from the CGST Amendment Bill, that is 31 of 2018, with effect from 1st of February 2019, there has been a retrospective amendment in the CGST Act in section 7, that is definition of supply. सप्लाई की डेफिनेशन में पहले ये बताया गया था इन 7(1)(d) that agreeing to operate to tolerate an act or to do an act is a supply. It is a covered under schedule 2 and it will be amount to supply. But with this amendment what they did is retrospective उन लोगों ने 7(d) जो था वो हटा दिया है. मीन्स शेड्यूल 2 में जो एंट्री है उनको उन लोगों ने सप्लाई की डेफिनेशन में से ही हटा दिया है. इट विल नॉट अमाउंट टू सप्लाई इटसेल्फ. That entry is omitted, and since it has been omitted with effect from 1st of July 2017, and in place of that what they did is उन लोगों ने सेक्शन 7 जो है सप्लाई का डेफिनेशन उसमें 1A क्लॉज है वो ऐड कर दिया है, wherein they are saying that in accordance with the provisions of section 1, that is subsection 1 of section 7, अगर कोई चीज सप्लाई है then only you should go to schedule 2 and verify that it is a supply of goods or supply of services. अगर सप्लाई है तो आप शेड्यूल 2 में जाके उसको चेक कीजिए कि वो सप्लाई है, सप्लाई ऑफ गुड्स है कि सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विसेज है कि क्या है. बट इन दिस केस सिंस दैट डी पार्ट इज टोटली ओमिटेड एंड इज ओमिटेड फ्रॉम 1st of July 2017, there is no question that GST would be levied on liquidated damages. But apart from this, in spite of this amendment in CGST Act, what happened is that after the amendment also certain parties have filed the advance ruling authority their application on decision to whether to decide, that is whether GST is applicable on liquidated damages or not. But despite of these things also department failed to miserably consider that this amendment have taken place from July 2017 and they have given a ruling that yes, GST will be applicable on the liquidated damages. But question again remains is that whether tolerating of an act amounts to supply or not. बिकॉज अगर मैं मेरे किसी बंदों को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देता हूँ, मेरे कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देता हूँ, तो व्हाट आई एम सपोज व्हाट आई विल अंडरस्टैंड, मैं किसी के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा हूँ तो एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि तेरे को मेरे को ये चीज देना है, आपको मुझे ये चीज ये टाइम फ्रेम में ही देना पड़ेगा, अगर आप नहीं देते हो तो मैं आपका एलडी काटूंगा. सो द होल पर्पस इज अ पॉजिटिव अंडरटेकिंग ऑफ माय कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एज वेल एज मी. वी नेवर एग्रीड, इंस्पाइट मैंने क्लॉज रखा हुआ है कि अगर तू नहीं दे पाएगा तो मैं उसके ऊपर आपका एलडी काट दूंगा. ऑल्टरनेटिवली व्हाट वी से इज दैट फॉर लेवी ऑफ जीएसटी there has to be a specific understanding and agreement between both the parties in advance for tolerating any act or to do an act or to refrain from doing an act, which is absent in case of liquidated damages. Also, liquidated damages are in form of penalties and hence in our views GST should not be applicable on liquidated damages. But now what we think is that government should really come out with an illustrative list of activities which amounts to tolerance of an act or a refrain from an act. Otherwise, this will lead to number of litigations which is unavoidable. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thanks a lot once again.